absolutely crazy. It's May 6th. It's not May the 4th, but May 6th. And my portfolio, my crypto portfolio, actually my entire portfolio, but my crypto portfolio has hit a new all-time high. And what I want to do in this video is reflect a bit on my thoughts over those first 4 months that we have had this year. I want to walk you a bit through my portfolio, give you a couple of ideas on my positions and how do I kind of see this, how did I play this year so far, what do I expect going forward, and I want to walk you through the 5 biggest mistakes I see people doing right now. So you want to stay tuned and pay attention to today's video. Have fun. Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you crypto fit. I discuss the beautiful world of decentralization, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, most of all Bitcoin, obviously also altcoins, especially in times like these. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Consider leaving a follow, click the bell icon so you don't miss any of those videos, especially if these aforementioned topics like Bitcoin, crypto are of interest to you. And obviously, if you are a recurring viewer, please leave a like, leave a follow, leave a positive comment, leave an upvote, whatever channel you're watching, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, listening to the podcast. I hope you're gonna support my work here. Let's dive into the topic though. I kind of started with my crypto portfolio, and actually my entire portfolio hit a new all-time high right now. Let me know, maybe in the comments, in the chat, how is your portfolio right now? And if you want, what are your main positions? How did you get to this new all-time high? Obviously, I'm going to show you my main positions, going to give you a couple of ideas here, and obviously a bit of my thoughts going forward. So interesting to see a bit of your feedback. I'm going to see it in the chat. I'm going to go into a screen share actually now. Let me just activate that for a second. Then you can follow this and see what other people are creating and doing. So yeah, obviously this is, let's just refresh the page here to have the most current. Bitcoin is nibbling on the 58,000 again. Wow, cool. So yeah, looking at the chart here is a daily chart. I'm having a year-to-date chart. Obviously, Bitcoin has always been my largest position. I'm up Bitcoin year-to-date about 100%. More or less, so and maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. I think if we just say 100%, I think it's fine. My entire portfolio measured in dollars this year in crypto is up about 200%. So you're going to be wondering, how is this possible? Where are these extra 100% coming from? Obviously, Bitcoin is my largest position. I had a lot of very pumpy, hypey altcoins all the way until the end of March. So end of March, I sold most of those hypey, pumpy altcoins. I did have Dogecoin. I sold it at 5 cents. Yes, I know it's 60 cents right now. And no, I'm absolutely okay that I sold it at 5 cents. It gave me, I think, I don't know, 10, 20x this year. So that was absolutely fantastic. I did write XRP for a short amount of time, but then with the entire lawsuit, I sold it. Yes, I would have made some returns on this as well, but definitely that was not my return there. I did ride the Cardano train. I had massive gains there. I did have the Polkadot train. I did have Bitcoin Cash for a short amount, but I actually kind of gave that away. I didn't have Litecoin. I didn't have Uniswap. I did have Chainlink. Made serious gains here. Stellar, same. Obviously, Stellar, XRP, many times these two are a bit interlinked. So yeah, I did have VeChain, so that was massive gains. Ethereum Classic, my goodness, what's going on here? 200% over the last 7 days. I didn't have it. I did sell all my Ethereum Classic actually during the fork in 2016, and I think every once in a while I kind of had it a bit, but never really big time. Didn't have any Solana, didn't have any CISA. I did have Tron. Yeah, made serious gains there. EOS made serious gains there. I'm actually still having some Monero. Yeah, and so these are kind of like if I look at just the top 30. So I had about 20, 22 coins that I consider super hypey, super pumpy. And yeah, these were all coins that, well, gave me some serious outperformance against Bitcoin. And I did mention in one of the past videos, if you go in the channel, that I'm actually exiting most of those positions. And most of those positions, actually, I'm switching into 3 coins. So I did go back into Bitcoin. My second largest position is actually DeFiChain, DFI. I did a bit more, close, let's say around 200%. It did around 120, 130% in cap gains, so it outperformed Bitcoin in just capital gains. But, and now here's the important part, check out DeFiChain, especially if you're in Bitcoin, because it has those serious gains. So go to dex.defichain.com. I mean, this thing has serious gains in liquidity mining, so you can really liquidity mine with Bitcoin and DFI. It's just absolute madness. Take a look at that. And then also the staking returns. The staking returns are also close to 100% per year. So this is just absolutely insane, the gains that you get on top of the capital gains. So close to 200%, I would say, per year. So the Bitcoin underperformance, I don't see it as an underperformance. For me, Bitcoin is like the safe play here, was kind of counterbalanced with all those, well, more or less questionable coins. Obviously, some are very solid. I don't want to say anything there. And others are not that solid. I went out of all of those into Bitcoin, into DeFiChain. I'll link that up below if you want, and you can take a look there. And my third position, and that, to be honest, right now, just from a return perspective, has been especially in April. So I think all the way until April, it wasn't that exciting. Let's do a year-to-date chart here. All the way until April, it wasn't all too exciting. I mean, it was exciting, don't get me wrong, right? We did like about 100%. It was exciting, but to me, to actually diversify a lot of those more or less questionable coins and diversify them into Bitcoin, DeFiChain, and Ethereum, that was just amazing, especially because DeFiChain did also really well here in this pump up here. I mean, it did like over 50% in just that entire month, so that's obviously fantastic. But Ethereum, my goodness, like close to 100% in just a single month. So, and it's the second largest coin, right? So what this actually shows you, and I always try to teach that to people, is, in my opinion, the largest amount you have should be in Bitcoin. It is the most solid position. It's very reputable. It's super sustainable. Again, I think right now, if you are in Bitcoin, you also want to be in DeFiChain. DeFi for Bitcoin, such a no-brainer. But you're probably also going to want to diversify into the other coins. And you just see this over and over again. I know if you're one of the Bitcoin maximalists, you're going to be totally against that. And you're like, no, this makes no sense. Bitcoin is the only thing. Well, I'm not sure, right? Let's just say it this way. And look, at the moment, results speak for themselves. I think if you're only Bitcoin, I mean, look, you made 100%. There's absolutely nothing wrong with making just 100%. It's actually super solid, right? Don't get me wrong. But I think with some smaller additional risk, you can really get some serious additional returns. And I'm not a trader. I want to be very clear. I'm a buy and hold kind of guy. And we see some serious madness here. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm really happy for all of you Doge hodlers. Man, like, I hope Doge is going to hit $1 with Elon Musk at Saturday Night Live. And hey, congrats to Vitalik being one of the youngest crypto billionaires. I'm not jealous. Nope, not jealous. But no, really, big congrats being a billionaire. Like, super solid. But look, there's a couple of coins here, and I don't want to be pointing, right? I don't want to be pointing. But I'm not sure if that is the price that these coins should be at. And yeah, look, coins can really moon, but they can really go down. And never forget to take profits. Never forget to kind of go into some of the like more serious coins. Just really big tip here. And just diversify a bit. So I think absolutely important in that. Maybe a couple of mistakes that I see, right? And maybe if you catch yourself here, maybe that kind of gets you to think a bit. I think one of the biggest mistakes I see right now, for example, when I say, hey, my crypto portfolio is up 200%, others are like, what? Only? Like, there are coins that are up 7, 8x. This comparing is gonna get you super, super, super nervous. And I see this a lot. I see this with people who sit there and they're like 150% up this year, 200% up this year, 300% up this year. And they're like, oh my goodness, I'm only up 300% this year. This entire comparing is gonna destroy you. Trust me, because it's gonna make you feel inadequate. And feeling this inadequate is gonna get you into stupid decision making. So try to stop comparing yourself and rather compare yourself to the facts. For example, fact is, you should be at least performing what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is the standard. If you start underperforming Bitcoin, you should start reconsidering your entire strategy because Bitcoin is the standard, right? So I think that's clear. Also to the outside, you need to be outperforming M2 supply. So the money printing that's happening, you need to be outperforming that because otherwise inflation is just going to eat you up. So these are a couple of things, but don't compare yourself to other people. They live their own lives. They have different risk tolerances. They are in a different family setup, different financial backing, and so on. I mean, the kind of money that I have that I get 200% on is probably completely different to what you have. So don't get all too nervous about this and don't kind of feel inadequate. So I think that's the first big mistake. The second big mistake I see right now is that people believe they need to make it all in the next year because 2022, the markets are going to crash. And I don't know if you're falling in this trap, right? Let me know if you have this comparing disease, right? Let me know in the chat. But let me also know if you have this feeling, this super short time horizon, like it's now or never. If I don't become a millionaire this year, I'll never be able to do it. And this is absolutely ludicrous. I mean, markets go in waves. Yes, there will be hype cycles. There will be lower cycles, hype cycles. No one knows if 2022 is going to be a bad year for crypto. No one knows. And I tell you one thing, the more people expect it to be a bad year, the less likely it's going to be. Right? So far, everyone was hyping Q2 and everyone was saying Q2 2021 is going to be the maddest year, maddest quarter ever. Right. Actually, right now, we are like close, like we have a negative quarter right now, right? Just to kind of put the facts down there. So never forget that. So as soon as your time horizon shrinks, your decisions become bad. You start trading. You go into the hypey coins. You try to get rich quick. You start using leverage. You start, like, fear takes over. And fear is such a bad advisor. So whenever you feel that this time horizon is shrinking, that you're getting impatient, you're like, my goodness, it's another month and Bitcoin didn't go up 10x. Yeah. Be patient. Calm down. Dude, Bitcoin's up 100% this year. It's just absolutely insane, right? Never forget that. 10 years in a row of 100%, that's 1,000x. That turns $1,000 into $1 million. That turns 100,000 to 100 million. That turns $1 million into $1 billion. Absolutely insane. So just stay cool. Third problem. It's this sunk cost fallacy kind of. People invest in a coin and they fall in love with the coin. So they stick to the coin because they own it. They have this bias towards what they already own. So they hodl on to their shit coins. They don't want to let go. And they come in with wrong ideas. A really good test here is, imagine what your entire portfolio is worth. So let's say your entire portfolio is worth $100,000, just for the sake of it. Let's say $100,000. Now imagine you would have to give up your entire portfolio, whatever you have, and you're being given $100,000 fresh. And now you have to allocate that from now, like today's prices right now. And now imagine you would have to do it. Would you allocate it the same way as what you're having right now? Or maybe you'd say, oh no, this coin I wouldn't go in now at this price, man, it's way too expensive. Yeah, sure, but you're having this coin at that price. It's liquid, so you can go out. Or maybe you wouldn't buy this one coin right now because you're like, dude, I would never go into this shit coin now. Like, I'm just having it because I'm waiting for this bullshit thing to break even. I'm just saying, right? A lot of people fall in love with what they have because they have it. And there's a lot of these theories, right? So I just want to give you a tool how you can kind of avoid that. So take your $100,000, erase everything, and just say, how would I start? And start from scratch at current prices, right? Because at the end, that's what it comes down to. Mistake number 4, people don't want to build their own opinion. They just want to copy other people's opinions. That's why people ask me all the time about my opinion on a coin. Like, you can ask me, and if I have a strong opinion based on reasons, I'm going to give it to you. So send me a message, post in your comments. I'm happy to. But if I don't have an opinion because I cannot give you any facts, I'm just going to tell you. I have no opinion on it, and there's nothing wrong with it. So many people buy something because others think it goes up. They don't know if it goes up. They have no strong opinion on it, but they hope it does. And that's one of the worst ideas on why to buy something. So especially right now when stuff starts hyping, you have to be extra careful not to fall for this crap. So just be super careful with that. And now the last part, and that's maybe a bit tricky, especially over the last 1 or 2 months. Don't mix up skill with luck. You're probably not a world-class trader. You were just fucking lucky over the last 3-4 months, half year. It was a historical 6-7 months, right? Since pretty much an entire year. I mean, the entire last year, you pretty much couldn't have lost money in crypto. Come on, it was almost impossible to lose money. Like, losing money, you either used excessive leverage, you're in some total idiotic shitcoin, or you're just not in the market. Come on, let's face it. I mean, anything is mooning. So you're probably not a world-class trader. You're probably not a great market timer. You're probably not a great investor. Just accept it. I accept the same thing. I'm not saying I'm a great investor. Guess why my majority of my chunk are in boring coins, in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in DeFiChain. Yeah, these things up 200%, but they're not like the 20, 30, 40 baggers. I don't expect them to do that. You know why? Because I have a long time horizon. I'm not freaking out. I'm patient. I'm not a trader. I don't use leverage. I just want over the next 10 years, 100-fold my entire portfolio. I don't need to do it this year. I have 10 years. I have 20 years. That's absolutely fine. I can make my own opinions. I buy stuff where I'm certain the price is undervalued and that the price will go to its value. And I know I'm not the best trader, I'm not the best market timer. I don't have to be, right? I know that one of the reasons why, I don't know, 20x'd my portfolio over the last year is not because I'm like this super magical Ray Dalio. It's just because it's an insane cycle. And I just want to be dead honest about this, right? And I think many people out there, they just don't accept that and they think completely different. So just kind of take this 5 mistakes by heart and don't fall for them. Trust me, especially in those hype cycles. It's super, super important. I believe the markets are going to go well. I think we're going to see further rallies. Just be careful. Don't fall for those tricks. Let me know, what coin do you think over the next 2 or 3 months is going to do super well? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. And if you don't want to miss any of those videos here, click the subscribe button. Give me a like if you enjoy this video. They're a bit different to what you see out there with all the hypey people who are just gonna, I don't know, tell you whatever, trying to predict the future that no one knows. So I hope you get value out of this. See you next time. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.